Okay, before I go on into this video, if I had to sum up this entire video in one word, it'd probably be unhinged or pathetic. And I don't use that word a lot, like it's on the same level of me using the word moist. Now, I don't think I need to explain the problems of fake information being spread around or just fake news in general. Like, in most cases, when fake news gets spread around, most people are able to pick up it's fake with just common sense or just a quick Google search to verify the information that was given to them. Now, that is unless something, and I don't know, that something is really hated on, and I mean really hated on to the point that there are dozens of articles talking about how bad said project is, to the point that it gets shut down, and some pathetic person decides to spread a huge dump of fake news that fools 98% of the internet, talking about how said hated project stopped the birth and development of a super well loved project and created a whole new group, a whole new branch of hatred, destroying the project's reputation even more. And that's actually what I plan on talking about in this video now, so buckle up, because it's a bumpy story. Now, like I said at the beginning, fake news or fake information is a huge problem, and it's an even bigger problem to deal with when the topic of said fake news is a topic that everyone seems to hate on. A good example is the whole Mr. Beast situation, with there being dozens of allegations against him. Now, recently he did respond, clearing up the whole thing, but seeing how there were so many allegations against him, some people would even try and make up a few allegations just for the sake of getting that bag. Thankfully, there are some people who are able to clear those fake ones out, but still, if something is really hated on, a lot of people will take the opportunity to spread lies about it for the sake of getting that bag or just being a dick. Now, the hated topic that I'm talking about is the biggest known game flop in a while, and that is Concord. For those of you who don't know what Concord is, I don't believe you. You were probably living under a rock if you're a part of the gaming community. Concord is the biggest game embarrassment that has ever been developed, with it having a crazy amount of money and a massive company backing this project, aka Sony. Now, Concord is a supposedly fast-paced multiplayer FPS game with an emphasis on team-based combat. The gameplay focused on supposed highly competitive modes where players would engage in tactical objective-driven battles, possibly incorporating mechanics similar to other successful online FPS games like Apex Legends, Overwatch, or Destiny itself. The sci-fi aesthetics suggest a blend of high-tech weaponry and futuristic world-building through the details on which this bears at the time of the reveal. It's possible that the game was intended to have a live service structure with seasonal updates, cosmetic skins, and other content intended to keep the player base engaged over time. Now, even before the game released, just from the trailer, people are talking about how shit the game was, asking why such a simple concept of a game had such a crazy amount of money behind it. And it wasn't just simple concept that people hated, it was the mechanics, the visual art direction, the characters. Oh my god, the characters for the game were so horrible. Now, everyone, and I mean everyone, agreed that Concord shouldn't exist. It's a game that should have never been developed, seeing how there was no amount of updates that could actually fix this game. Like, this game wasn't about to be in a No Man's Sky situation where it sucks at the beginning, but over time with a few updates the game will actually get really fun and better. No, that wasn't gonna happen. So it got shut down. Yeah, for the first time in a while, developers decide to actually see the statistics and come down to the conclusion that this was a huge fumble and just shut it all down. Or at least that's what I thought, because apparently the game is coming back, but I'm not here to talk about that. That's a whole different topic for another video. No, I'm here to talk about a huge liar that decided to ruin this game, or rather the company that created this game's reputation, even more when it was already in the dirt, with a single screenshot post that fooled a lot of people. Leaks reveal the cancellation of an infamous prototype crossover in 2016 was due to Concord. This one post did quite a bit of damage, creating a whole new branch of people who didn't even care for Concord that much, just to absolutely despise it. Not only the game, but the studio and the people who worked on the title. Now, if you don't know what any of this means, like what is Infamous or Prototype, and how does these two games not having a crossover game project impact the situation with Concord being shut down at the time, well, it's mainly due to the fact that these two games, or rather one of them, is what I like to call an impactful console game. You know how Xbox consoles is known for games like Halo and Gears of War, and those type of games are kind of like the face of Xbox gaming? That's kind of what Infamous is to PlayStation in a way. It's not the top dog game, and it sure as hell is not the face of the consoles, but it's very well liked and loved within the PlayStation community. For those of you who don't know, Infamous is an action-adventure game developed by Sucker Punch Productions, known for its work on the Sly Cooper series, launched exclusively for PlayStation 3. Infamous represented a bold shift for Sucker Punch, moving away from its whimsical platforming of Sly Cooper to embrace an open-world gameplay featuring superhuman abilities. This game laid the groundwork for a thriving franchise, yielding sequels such as Infamous 2, along with a weird but fun DLC about vampires and Bloody Mary. Yeah, that was a weird DLC, but it was still fun, along with a third game, Infamous Second Son. The series is distinguished by its compelling mix of superpower dreams, significant moral dilemmas, and expansive exploration. The achievement of Infamous fortified Sucker Punch Productions' reputation as a leading studio for PlayStation, eventually leading to the creation of the highly praised Ghost of Tsushima. So as you can see, this game had left quite a huge and heavy legacy, and everyone that played the Infamous games loved it. Now, the last Infamous game came out in 2014, so it's been a while, and the game company behind the Infamous game doesn't seem to plan on reviving the game franchise with another game, seeing how they got other plans, or rather another huge game that they are working on. So yeah, a lot of people really want or would really love another Infamous game. So a crossover game with another well-known or respected title like Prototype, that's just the cherry on top, man. Now, Prototype wasn't a game that was really big or as well known as Infamous. It was still a generally good game, seeing how it got a bit of sales to the point where it even got a sequel. Now, when this screenshot post of the article got spread around, it got the Infamous and Prototype fans riled up. I mean, these guys didn't have a real reason to hate on Concord truly until now. Hell, I was someone who really started to shit on Concord as a game and even the company behind it, just because of this information. But after a while, people started to notice a couple things wrong with this post. And that's due to the fact that the article didn't even exist. And I don't mean it was deleted, no. The entire post, this entire article was fake. It was photoshopped with falsified information, with the journalistic site Kotaku being the sacrificial lamb. Now, the reason why I think the person who made this fake Photoshop article decided to use Kotaku as the site that posted this article is mainly due to the fact that Kotaku is a joke. Like, seeing how a lot of the articles that they have posted are really questionable and just plain stupid. Although this fake Photoshop article created a whole new group of hate for this game, it wasn't really talked about, seeing how at the time Concord was in the midst of shutting down, and most people had already said their piece, especially when it came down to content creators making videos on the topic. But that's not to say that this fake article didn't have some effect to the downfall of Concord. And some people to this day still believe the information on that post. But hey, if you like the video, like it. I'm trying to hit 1,000 subscribers as soon as possible, but yeah, see you later.